Drew Davis to tell us about a very special
Yes.
that the weather team has been working on. Drew, what can you tell us?
Aloha, guys. Thanks for having me on. We are going to be airing First Alert Hurricane Season 2024 later this evening at 6:30 p.m. This is something that the weather team does every year. We put together a special just to kind of give you an outlook on how the hurricane season we just started. June 1st was the official first day of hurricane season and how it's going to look going forward. This year, the National Weather Service and NOAA are predicting a below average season. Between 1 to 4 storms are possible going forward. We're still could see one storm, or all it takes is one storm for it to be a bad season. And we've put a lot of really hard work into this special, especially after some of the lessons that we learned last year with the Maui wildfires, especially with Hurricane Dora going south of the islands and playing into the overall weather pattern where we saw the extreme winds that led to the wildfires spreading so fast. Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Robbins did a great story on the history of all of the storms here in Hawaii and how Hurricane Dora impacted the Maui wildfires. Guy Hoggy will walk you through how to be prepared, how to build your hurricane kit, and also some of the previous storms that we've seen here in Hawaii, such as Hurricane Iniki. If you remember, in 2020, we actually had Hurricane Douglas that passed just to the north of the island chain, and that was during a La Nina year like this upcoming summer will be, which indicates less than active hurricane seasons. So all it takes is one storm. Hurricane Douglas was south of the island, or went north of the island chain, but it could have been a very bad situation for all of us if it was just a few miles south, further southward. One thing that I also want to talk about is we've been implementing new technologies into our stories. You may have seen recently we've been doing augmented reality weathercasts. Something very interesting in this hurricane special that we put a lot of work into is that there is a explainer story about storm surge in which we actually have storm surge in the studio with us. This is, if you've ever seen something akin to the Weather Channel with some of their explainers that they do, we show how storm surge looks next to me, Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Robbins, how tall it actually is and how damaging it can be. So this has been something that we've worked really, really hard on. We're really, really proud of what we've done so far, and I hope you guys tune in tonight at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be really good.
Drew, can you remind our viewers about what the hurricane outlook was for this season? I know it was supposed to be lower activity, right?
Yes, it's below average. We're expecting 1 to 4 storms in the central Pacific Basin. If you remember last year, we were entering an El Nino, which means that there's going to be a more active season. However, we are entering a La Nina. Right now, we are entering neutral conditions. We're expecting to push further into La Nina. That means in the eastern Pacific Ocean, there are colder waters, which doesn't, it's not good for hurricane development and hurricane growth. Those colder waters don't provide as much fuel for the hurricanes in the eastern Pacific and along the equator. So as we get into La Nina, we're going to see less storms, but still, all it takes is one storm for it to be a bad hurricane season. That's why we're putting together this special, giving you that first alert, letting you know that we still need to be prepared. Get your hurricane kits ready ahead of the season. We're already in the season. We haven't seen any activity yet, but you still need to be prepared going forward.
And refresh us again, when does hurricane season run from?
Officially, it is June 1st until November 30th, so to the end of November. Yeah.
All right, so we are just in the very early days of it.
Yes.
Drew Davis, thank you so much. And as a reminder, prepare your homes and prepare your hurricane kits. It's always good to have at least a week, maybe even 2 weeks worth of food supplies and water on hand there. So Drew Davis, again, that special airs tonight at 6:30 on KGMB. And stick